It's really the same idea as taking the long route versus taking the shortcut. Because the shortcuts you really waste time and you get distracted. You get distracted and waste a lot of time. Like if you basing it on money, if you get money fast, you usually like spend or lose money fast or whatever, depending on how you got it and how well you understand what you did to get it. And that's where accepting the long route comes in because you actually get an understanding of what you're doing. Like with experience comes wisdom, knowledge and wisdom, because you actually going through it. So you get the chance to pay attention to the experience and reap the reward of the attention that you sowed. Versus like people take shortcuts and they don't really understand. When you take a shortcut, you don't really understand the route. You know what I mean? You might get lost or you might get distracted by something in the shortcut because it's not focused on the actual mission. It's not like you're not the way that the terrain of the shortcut is not the experience that you have to get to actually cross the finish line. It's like you don't get the knowledge and wisdom that you're supposed to get to actually get to the next level or to actually level up in real life because you didn't actually experience the route. When you go the long route, that's the true shortcut. It's staying committed to the long route. In a world where so many want to be instantly gratified and take all of these shortcuts, find all of these quick ways or these other ways that ain't natural to them but just look good because of whatever. Trust me, I've been through it. I've been through it because I have gifts, and because I've been through it, I'm sure it's what I needed to really understand where I needed to be. But if you hear a message like this and decide that, oh, this is the right way, I need to continue on this path, then you're not supposed to have to go through what the type of stuff I went through because it made sense to you. If you hear a message like this and it's still like that, nah, I ain't hearing that. Then you know, cause we know what we need to go through. We just don't know it yet. It's like the stuff that we're attracted to. Naturally, in a natural way, the things that we naturally are drawn to are guiding us on our path. The more in tune we are, these things guide us to where we going. This is why we drawn to that. So we just kind of follow our natural path and do what we know. If somebody comes along, like, there's so many things that you see on your way these days, especially if you into like social media devices and stuff. It's like you get so many different experiences, opinions, different ways that you can go. You have access to all of that in ways that you never had before. But some things, when you see them and hear them, it's like, ooh, that's it. Let's go. And other things is like, nah. It kind of depends on how in tune you are with yourself. It's like Don't get lost in those things. Cause really, there's a time there was there's a time where we didn't have these things. And people were still fulfilling their purpose. You know what I mean? You didn't have access to all the knowledge in the world all the time to either guide you or distract you at every second that you choose to. We didn't have that. We didn't need that. You know what I'm saying? Like so now we have that, but we don't necessarily need that. It could just be a part of what we got going on. Feel me? Like, think about what you need. What's your necessities? Tortoise and a hare. A hare lost to a tortoise. You know how fast a hare moves in comparison to a tortoise? If the hare, if the hare or the rabbit stayed focused directly on the path, blow the turtle out of the water, dust that bit, but it's distracted because it can move fast. It does, but it also gets distracted on all these shortcuts. Every time I take a shortcut, it sees something nice and go try that too, and then go do it, and then you end up back on the path and like, oh, this where I'm at. Let's go. So the funny thing is, if you go through all of that, like I said about me, anything that you go through is what you need to go through. You just have to pay attention to actually get where you're going. Pay attention and actually learn these lessons and don't have to repeat the same thing over and over again. And all this came from the idea of youth not valuing experience. You go around using old as an insult because somebody is your elder, and you really just not valuing. You're not seeing the value in the knowledge, wisdom, and experience that they have or may have that they could share with you. It's like I saw something that said, uh, "Be excited no matter with whoever you meet because they're always the right person. It's always the right person when it happens for the moment. You just gotta use discernment and see what direction you continue in. It's always the right person. It's always the right thing for you until it ain't. And once you know it ain't, genuinely based on your virtues and your values and who you are, then it serves its purpose. And how you know is you don't ever go through that same thing again in that same way. But if you go through it again, you just got another chance to learn that lesson. And we could share lessons. So elders often can just share the ideas of their experience and how they see it. And you can look at it from your angle and get a whole different message or lesson. Or even get that exact lesson and understand, because now I can see it because he is how he described it to me. He was able to share the vision. I was able to see the vision, and now I can move correctly through an experience that I hadn't even been through before, but he had, and share it with me. You gotta respect your elders. Make sure if you use OG and stuff like that, it's in a respectful way. You know what I mean? Not as an insult. For what? What's the point of it? Which way we headed? Up or down? Which way you headed? Up or down? Forward or backward? Well, you gotta build towards that. So like, what you building towards? Cause I hear like insult ain't really building towards nothing. It's kind of building away from stuff. You know what I mean? Compliment is building towards something. No matter where you give it, genuine compliments are always building towards something. within yourself and with others. So continue to compliment life, and life continues to compliment you. Compliment me. Ah, this ended up kind of just being a session. Respect your elders. Respect experience. Appreciate experience more than even just like respect is is great. Gratitude is another level. You add gratitude to respect in order to actually appreciate. If you look at the appreciation as just the gratitude, then that may sound crazy. It's like it sounds redundant, but appreciation is also like the act of gaining, back, raising value. The more valuable you are, the more you have appreciated. As you grow in value, you are appreciating. So when we add gratitude to respect, life appreciates. Life appreciates. The more we insult and injure, and this is not saying insult like somebody's sensitive and they don't understand the actual. They don't have no gratitude, so they feel offended or insulted. It's like sometimes we don't have the understanding to appreciate, and we see something as an insult when it didn't have to be taken as an insult. It, it could actually be understood as complimentary, a compliment. So life appreciates us, causes us to appreciate, grow in value when we appreciate life, when we act in gratitude, when we express gratitude, when we demonstrate our gratitude, life appreciates. Hmm. Chill. Peace.